Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for the week commencing Monday the 13th of February. Woohoo. Now, as you know, I just work with the cards that drop out and that you have free will. So whatever the cards or the messages are, you decide what you're doing with that information. And what we're going to look at first is the energy you've been in, what's been going on for you. Then we're going to look at the week of the 13th of Feb, what challenges might arise, what might come in to help you, and we'll close the reading out with a message from Spirit. All right, so let's get going. So already what's come out for you, Cancer, is the energy that you've been in is the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So I feel been this kind of like internal rumination, I want to say, of where do I go? There's something, it feels like it's calling you. It's like, when the wind calls and the wind changes and we feel that sense of stirring that comes within. It feels like you've been contemplating staying where you're at, which would be perfectly okay, is what I can see here in the card. But there's a feeling here that there's something stirring within you that's calling you further afield. For some of you, it might be overseas. I do feel because of the wands here that it might be a work opportunity that you're contemplating, or some aspect of business or work that's kind of calling you to look at something else, a bigger version of it, because we're going from the Two of Wands to the Queen of Wands. Underneath, I just got a little message to look underneath, and it's the Strength card. So I feel that the energy you've been in is like you're feeling really courageous, or that's the energy now, or perhaps that's drawing courage from around or within, because this is now reached a point with the Ten of Swords where it's like you're tired of thinking about it. You kind of want to get on with the action of doing it. And both the Queen of Wands and the Strength card are energies of confidence and strength, and feeling that internal kind of rise. That's like, yeah, I'm ready to move. So this feels like, I actually quite don't mind that Ten of Swords, because it feels like it's like an end to the thinking. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. So let's get on and see what the week's got in store for you, Cancer. According to the cards today, and I'm loving the first card that's just come out for us, which is the Three of Cups, followed by the Eight of Pentacles. Yep. The Star card. And, I was just about to say, it feels like there's one more, and here we have it. Oh, Tower. Now, I don't mind the Tower. I have to have one more card after that. I can't just leave a Tower. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so for the week of the 13th of Feb, Cancer, what we've got here is the Three of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Star, the Tower, and Temperance. Ooh. Okay. So it feels like after this kind of rumination ending, it feels like you come into the week of the 13th of Feb happy. And it's like you know what you've got to do now. I feel like there's a little bit of work to be done, but you know what it is to do. The Star, the Tower, and Temperance are telling me this is something that feels like it's a dream being fulfilled. But there's something very sudden that comes in that just changes everything. And I have a feeling, a sense that you had the Tower last week. So there's this Tower energy around where that kind of says this Two of Wands character is going, no, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going on to move forward and to do this next thing. And it feels like this actually brings you into a great sense of balance within yourself. So the Star and Temperance together are both, the imagery in both of them is of finding balance. Both have got one foot in the water and one foot on the land. And there's this sense of balancing this situation. these are major cards. So this does feel like, I'm going to say Cancer, it feels like you're at this point of making a big life-changing decision, one that you're happy about. And it does feel connected to work or business or employment somehow. All right, so I was just about to ask, what's the challenge? And so let's have a look at what the challenge is. We've got the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Lovers. Yeah. So as a challenge, Cancer, this feels like it's suggesting that there's a bit of planning needs to happen. And, you know, we've got the Queen here. It's about you stepping up even more. So I feel like you've already stepped up, but this is like again. And there is this choice point to be made. So because it's a challenge and it's listening to your higher self is the feeling I've got here. It's really important. You know, a couple of these cards are suggesting that. So in this, because this does feel big, I've got to say it feels life-changing. The challenge is going to be holding your position, looking at what's right for your business, your work, but also staying connected to your higher self to hear that guidance as you move through this, because it does feel significant. You've got 5 major cards on the table here already, just in this little group. So it's a big, well, let's see. I wouldn't mind betting Judgment comes out. It's got that energy. It feels like this is a crossroad point, a sliding doors kind of energy of, if you take this path, which it's suggesting you do, it's going to be a big pivot point for you and change where you know, I mean, we all have free will, and so we all follow what feels right for each of us. That's our, you know, our soul journey here. So let's see if that's a challenge. What comes in to help Cancer, please? What comes in to help Cancer, please? Thank you. So let's see what supporting energies are there for you, Cancer, in this quite big week. For some of you, you might be shifting house, literally. There's a lot showing up here. A lot of opportunities and things. I feel there's speed about this as well. Like, once you come through this and make the decision, the Tower says this is sudden and unexpected, but it feels like it's going to happen quite quickly. There's a little bit of contemplation at the start, and then you kind of get moving. So let's have a look at how this comes out. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Swords. Yeah. There's that speed. And underneath, I've got the 8 of Wands sitting here. So there's this really stillness that comes to you, which is great, because I feel like that's important to be balanced, because it feels like you need to really just think about where you're going, what you're doing, and what's brought you returns in the past and what you want to do going forward. Because this feels like it comes in as a new offer. And look, for some of you, the Page of Cups might be talking about love. There could be an offer of love coming towards you or a new relationship. But the sense of it, what I'm feeling just intuitively with this, is it's like a new emotional beginning for you. The Knight of Wands and the 4 of Wands, the feeling I have with this is it literally might be a shift of house, like you moving somewhere that's like a whole new community. It feels very positive, but it feels like you're very keen to get out and get going as well, especially with this Knight of Swords here. And the only cautionary part of that, I feel, is make sure you think it through before you take your steps. But the fact that the King is sitting here tells me you do. It's like you get all these ideas about how you could do it, where you could go, how to work, and then the king takes you up to that mastery thinking level, that very strategic thinking level where you plot it all out, which was your challenge here with the emperor. So it's kind of, I'm really happy to see this King of Swords here for you, because it's like, if the emperor energy getting into that is the challenge, the King of Swords is sorting it out for you. It's like you get very clear, which is beautiful. After that 10 of Swords early on, where you're like, I'm done thinking, now you're like using your thinking to strategize and work out how you're going to put all this together. Feels very exciting, I have to say. Yeah. It's like a big week, I think. Yeah, and I know this is for the week of February 13, but I just get this feeling that you're moving into a very exciting 4 or 5 weeks ahead. Feels like March is going to be bringing seeing you in like a new place, Cancer, for some of you, like literally. And of course, these are general, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. But yeah, there's this feeling of big shifts and changes. So we're just asking for a message from Spirit. That wanted to come too. All right, so what we've got is the 9 of Swords in reverse. Love that for you. And as you know, I don't normally read in reverse, but it was presented to me that way, so I'll take it. The Knight of Coins and the 8 of Coins. So again, there's this sense of, let's start with the 9 of Swords in reverse. There's a sense here of this is an end to that angsty thinking of constantly mulling, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? How's this going to work? What's going on? Because it's in reverse, it's like you move out of that energy. The 8 of Pentacles is repeating. You had that in your spread already. So this is about getting on with the work, doing the practical aspects of it. And the Knight of Coins here is almost this energy here of the 7 of Pentacles. It's saying, really work out where you want to be by the end of the year, and take time, just take a moment in all of this Tower, Knight of Swords energy, where things are going to come in pretty quickly for you. And with that 8 of Wands, it's like there's a lot of opportunities, but there's speed to it. It's a fast pace. So the Knight of Coins says, just take a moment, take a breath, work out where you want to be by the end of the year. You've done a lot of the groundwork. You've done a lot of the prep. Map it out, which also backs up what the King of Swords is saying to you too. Get very strategic about it all. But Cancer, it looks exciting. Yeah. Have a fabulous week. If you enjoyed this, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.